News, which says scientists have gathered some of the most compelling evidence yet found for the existence of water on the moon, and it may be relatively accessible. The discovery has implications for future missions to the moon and deeper space exploration. With no significant atmosphere insulating it from the sun's rays, it has been assumed that the moon's surface was dry until the 1990s, when orbiting spacecraft found indications of large ice in the inaccessible craters near the polar regions. And then in 2009, imaging spectrometers on board the India Chandrala, I can't even say that, Chandrayaan 1 spacecraft recorded signatures consistent with water in light reflection off the moon's surface. Even so, technical limitations meant it was impossible to know if it really was H2O, water, or hydroxy 1 molecules consisting of one oxygen atom and one hydrogen atom in minerals. Now, Casey Honeyball at NASA's ASA Goddard Space Flight Center in Maryland, USA, and colleagues have detected a chemical signature that is unambiguously H2O by measuring the wavelengths of sunlight reflecting off the moon's surface. The data was gathered by the Stratospheric Observatory of Infrared Astronomy, SOFIA, modified Boeing 747 carrying a 2.4 meter reflective telescope. And the article then goes on to, talk more about the sort of technical sides of it and that sort of thing. So, yeah, I just thought it would be, a very quick sort of live stream for us to give, our reaction to it. And by the look on your face, I know you can't see my face, but by the look on your face, you're kind of looking at me as to say, what?
So what's going to happen in the next 5 years? Some companies going to be bottling it, and they're going to be selling it to Tory wannabes so they can walk around going, yes, we drink moon water. I just go do one. Go to the moon. Go on, all of you. They're gonna, what they're gonna do now? They're gonna go. We found water on the moon, and guess what? They were stuck swimming around in it. That's what's gonna be next.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, it doesn't have. It's all right. They did go to the moon in the first place, so it doesn't make any difference now. I don't know. I don't know what it's interesting from a science point of view, but they, you know what I mean. You can have Trump Lander 3 just swooping it up. And
the Donald Trump Lander 3 on the moon.
Trump Lander 3 telling everyone it's the next cure for COVID. It's I read it, I was like, oh.
Well, 2020 now, we've had okay, it's particular or very small, microbial, I think was the word I was looking for, life on Venus. We've found water on Mars. We seem to have an asteroid heading for us every day.
They found a fart on Venus. They found a fart.
They found a fart. Acid. There was gases, wasn't it? And you had obviously the water on Mars, and then they reckon some sort of life there. And also with regards to the moon being announced today, and you've also had all this sort of ufology sort of stuff coming out this year as well. It's for space lovers, it's been the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah. Yes, it will continue to. I think there's going to be more and more stories coming out now as we go into this malarkey that is going to be Christmas and on into 2021. And they're just going to keep drip feeding it. They're just going to be like, oh, yes, we found, do you know what? We found Martians in Hawaii. They were just sitting there. Nobody noticed them. They were wearing hula skirts. We didn't think to look. So, you know what I mean? It's going to be like, what?
But then, it's individual sort of different places coming out. So, does it necessarily have to be a coordinated thing? Or do you think it's more of a case of, just this thing. I don't know. Is it just a string of luck that all these different discoveries have happened within, 3 or 4 months, excluding obviously the Pentagon UFO stuff, because that was pretty much well known in 2017, although it was officially certified in 2020, back in April. But, do you think this is... Do you honestly think this is like a coordinated effort, or... Because it could just simply be sort of chance, in a sense.
No, of course it's not. I mean, if you look at like the Cooper's Treasure show that was on Discovery, I believe, and they found through Cooper's Treasure's diary, they found this object. They went down that, look at it. It defies natural physics, that it can't be just coral. It's got like 15 arms coming off it, the length of football pitches. It's a giant object. It doesn't belong here, and they just took over it. They'll always be the same. You're going to always have these government faculties who will just take that information, because I don't know why. Because, well, I can tell you why, but it's a bit, and they will. They're just going to keep it for themselves. They don't want this information being out there, because once we find out we're not alone, who do we have to answer to then? That's just, it's just the way they're going to drip feed it in. Like I said, it'd be a couple of years' time, you'd be in McDonald's with somebody from Alpha Centauri, and you'd be like, oh, it's literally, it'll be like that. It's everywhere. It's the way they're doing it, drip, 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 until you don't even realise it's there.
Well, okay then, guys. Any final thoughts, Rich, before we end this very quick live stream video today?
Yeah. Maybe in 10 years we'll all be going swimming in the moon. So there'd be a big, pool up there, and we'll all be on the moon having a little moon side trip. That's something to look forward to.
Paranormal Now Expedition to the Moon 2030. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. I've been Jared Walters.
I've been Richard Oliver.
Love and light, guys. Take care.
Love and light, para peeps.